Hello, sysfailure here. This week we're going to be talking about the new snapshot 12W38A/B, as there's been a second snapshot just for a few corrections and such. This video we're going to be looking at the B snapshot. There will be a couple of things I mentioned that seem to have changed slightly since A, and I'll run through those in a second. I would also just like to apologise for anybody who was following these snapshot videos for not having one last week, as sadly the Colossus of a machine that I built this on decided to eat itself. But we're back now and should have some more videos up shortly. Right, the main sort of things in this snapshot has actually been a lot of changes to sound effects. If you've seen any videos of the A snapshot, there are sound effects in regards to placing blocks, such as that. I have noticed in the B snapshot that quite a few of the placing sound effects have been switched back to what they previously were, and not the altered ones. I don't know if this has been done on purpose or if this is just a mistake or whatever, but they don't seem to be in the B snapshot, so I won't really be discussing them here. I will mention, just as you see I've got the glass in my hands, that I do believe this is possibly a mistake. As you may have heard there, I'll just place the glass again. That the placing sounds actually sound like breaking glass, which I'm suspecting is probably not correct. So the first one is going to be the grass here. Now this one's incredibly subtle, so you'll have to listen very carefully. I do recommend turning the volume up. I assume that's meant to be sort of like crushing blades of grass or something. Next up we have sand. Sort of crunchy effect. Soul sand. It's just a slower version of the sand. Now, dirt. So a crunchy, crispy sound there. Quickly moving on to water. We'll hop in. As you can hear now, there's a splashing sound as you get in, and it's like flowing, swimming sound. Swim around. Now, ladders. Oops, let me do that. Oh, I can never get up them. So it's like creaking, groaning. So I really should stop doing that. It's like creaking, groaning sound. Obviously, as it's like stressing at the joints or something. Then we have stone, which is quite similar to the old sound. Similar sort of thing there. Gravel seems to be the same sound as the dirt on this one. And finally, wood. Got a sort of hollow ringing effect to it. So kind of echoey. There are a bunch of new sounds in regards to mobs as well, but there are so many different little changes that I'm not really sort of going to go through them in this video. Same with command blocks. There are a whole load of new possibilities of what you can type into these, to the point that I really do recommend reading up on the information that Mojang has given out on command blocks, because they're I'd say they're not complex yet, but they are sort of borderline complex. But it does allow you to do all sorts of things, such as sort of targeting furthest away players, players within range of certain blocks. Maybe say if I put a block there, sort of within say 5 blocks of that, and nobody outside it, for example. So that could, with the thing like the furthest player, which I've seen the command, but I can't get it to work. Might just be because I'm not playing on a multiplayer server to demonstrate this. that could be used on such as adventure maps. You could have checkpoints, so if the first person makes it there, hit a button, teleports the furthest person to them, and then everybody can move up to the checkpoint. Just before we move over there, I will show you there's a sound when you actually level up now. So if you just throw a couple of bottles, see if we get it. So this long jingle there, just do that again. There we go. Okay, so we'll just pop on over here. Now, this particular sound effect, if you've already seen anything to do with the A version of Snapshot, this one's not in it. But they've gone ahead and added some sound effects for the minecarts. Sounds quite good. It could be slightly annoying if you're doing an adventure map and you're using these to run timers or something. As you'll be able to hear them. So I'll just do this. Just do that again. There you go. So it sounds a bit like a roller coaster, really. So obviously, it's like metal on metal. Now, next up, just like to mention the beacon block. Now, in the last snapshot, I did actually quite like the way the beacon block was designed inside. But they've changed that. Sadly, I don't think it looks quite as good. I'll show you in a moment. There was a complaint from some people in regards to the beam of light that's given off from the block. It does now seem to be a texture. If we just do place one. There we go. It's a sort of rotating texture. There's a couple of them rotating like that. I've not checked inside the files yet, but I'm guessing from that you may be able to texture that out so that this beam of light's not actually there anymore. Definitely doesn't look as good as the old one, but possibly if they can do something that, if it supports transparency, variable transparency, then maybe you could do something a bit better again. Okay. Wooden blocks, obviously the sideways ones, as you can see up there. Previous snapshots, you basically had to sort of point and hope that you were at the right angle to place them. Now they get placed based upon the face they're on. So if I was to aim here previously, at this angle I'd probably put a block with the top facing me. But on this occasion, it now places it upright as the face that I clicked on was there. If I was to click on the wall, you go forward like that, and so on. So that can make it a lot easier on the placement. Right, now there's also a couple of tools and such. I'll just check if I've got them on me. Nope, I've managed to misplace it. Okay. If we just spawn ourselves a sheep here. Oops, there we go. If we now shear them, we get a little snippy sound effect. There we go. So, we'll just get rid of these sheep. There we go. One that is worth mentioning is the cow. There are now new sound effects in regards to the cow. I'm hoping that they're sort of placeholders because they do sort of cut off a bit. Let's see if we can get some of them. So huff and a So they sound a little bizarre, so I do hope they change. They also do stampeding sound effects when they run. Just, there we go. Right, okay. Seems to be running on quite a bit. There's a few more things to do. There is actually quite a few various changes in here, mostly in regards to sound effects. there are now a new passive mob, which are bats. You can see here. They sort of fly around in the night time. You'll find them in caves and such. And during the day, they just sort of hang from the ceiling until you come by and disturb them. So a bunch of them around. So they're a passive mob. They pretty much leave you alone. Now, as this is obviously, this is going to be the very scary update they're aiming for Halloween, which is obviously you see in regards to like the bats, and there was pumpkin pie in the last update. We now also have the witch. I'll just get difficulty up. There we go. So this is the witch. She's got a big old nose with a wart and everything. Now, she fights you by throwing potions and various things at you. So like potions of slowing, poison, harming, that sort of thing. And also, if you hurt her, she drinks potions of healing and tries to heal herself. So let's just see if we can get a quick fight going with her. There we go, so poisoned already. And there she got the bottle out, so she's going to try and drink that and stay alive. There we go. Seems to drop redstone dust and sugar, things like that. Let's just solve that. Alright. Last couple of things. The flint and steel now has a new sound effect as well, so just like the portal. We've got a click sound. As you can hear, just step away from the portal. That's, if anything, anybody knows about this sort of stuff, that is the sort of sound you get when you click sort of flint and steel together. Whoops. Really should remember that about creative mode. Speaking of creative mode, the final thing I want to mention, in survival and obviously previous versions, I'm going to get away from that, it's too noisy. In previous versions of Minecraft, and also currently now if you're in survival, you step into a portal and it takes time to send you through. In creative mode, if we step into it, we're instantly on the other side. Now brings me to the final thing, if we can get away from the portal. That is a new sound effect for flowing lava. Which is lovely, sort of bubbling sound. There we go. Right, well that's pretty much it for this snapshot. As I said, there are a few other things and stuff, but I'm not really going to go into them. Hopefully you found that interesting. Sorry some bits of it did run on a bit, but it's probably the biggest amount of sound effect changes I've really seen happen in Minecraft. And obviously looking forward to any future changes. Alright, so thanks for watching and bye.